following video has been brought to you by theicebreaker.com.
Hey there everybody, it's Rich Ferguson, and a lot of you see me do some new chip tricks on television or at the European Poker Challenge, and I've had a lot of emails requesting what this particular trick is called. I call it the rock and roll. It hasn't been published yet, it's not on any of my DVDs, but I thought I would go ahead and share it with everybody here and teach you up close exactly the workings of the rock and roll. This is the basics of the rock and roll. Essentially, it's two chips that rotate round and around your middle finger. This is derived from two different chip tricks that you might be familiar with for those that are really into chip tricks. There's the roll down, and then there's the opposite of the roll down, which is the butterfly, which is splitting two chips and then spreading them apart. So you'll recognize this position during the rock and roll. The rock and roll is just done with two chips. Start with two chips between your first finger and thumb. Your middle finger is going to reach over and kiss your thumb. The distance on each side of this chip is equal. In fact, you should freely be able to move either one of those fingers. From here, you're going to separate your middle finger and thumb to bring out two chips. So practice that. I will warn you that you're going to have a tendency to start off wrong, like this. You want to hold it exactly between your first finger and thumb, not cradling it like this, because if you hold it like this, your tendency is going to be to bring up one chip, leaving a second one behind. And the problem is you're now no longer having a chip in this position where it needs to be. You're going to be here, which sets you perfectly up for the twirl type of moves, which are very common in chip tricks. Now that you can separate the two chips with your middle finger and thumb, you're ready to move on. From this position, you're going to separate. Your ring finger is going to reach up and kiss your first finger, allowing this front chip to stay behind between the middle finger and ring finger. Right now, this chip is being held with these fingers, and this chip is being held with your first finger and thumb. See? You can actually separate that because you've transferred this bottom chip. Remember, both chips are revolving around your middle finger. So that's the action. So from here, release with your first finger and thumb, reach forward with these two fingers and backwards with these two, getting that stretch so that you can get now the first finger and middle finger to hold a chip. And now you let the thumb go. That's the rotation. Perfect. Now from the top, to get to that very last and most difficult move. Separate, transfer, reach forward, stretch. From here, here's the hard part. You're now going to take your thumb from here, put it on the next chip, pull that chip free, rotate it back as your front two fingers twist to reposition exactly in this spot. Again. I'll try it one more time. Separate. Switch. Rotate back, right where you were before. See it? We'll do it one more time from the top. Between the first and thumb, middle finger comes back, separates, drop, stretch, hard part. Thumb pulls back on the chip that's closest to you, pulls it free between the ring finger and thumb, and as this is coming back, your first two fingers are rotating to replace this chip behind your first finger. This chip is lodged between your first finger and ring finger and allows the thumb and first finger to therefore carry this back chip forward again. And then from that place, the process is repeated again and again and again as these two chips rotate around your middle finger. Another variation of getting into the rock and roll position here is instead of pulling back the middle finger to meet with the thumb to begin with, start start off holding the chips in this position as if, and I'm just going to go forward for a second, as if you were going to do the butterfly, which looks like this. So it's a different way to set it up, but it's a little more flourishy because there's a bigger move that happens. So to begin with, you're going to start like this, and you're going to pull back one chip from the back and let your first finger and ring finger press together, separating those chips. And then from here, your thumb and first finger are free to continue exactly what you already know. It's just a much bigger motion at the beginning from right here to go all the way around. It has more of a flourishy start. And when done all together, it just has a more cool kind of a look to it. It is a lot easier to start off like this. Simply pull one forward and back, and you're right to where the move continues from the get-go. So either way you want to do it, give it a shot. This is called the rock and roll. Once again, here's the two variations, the normal and fairly easy way, and then the way to start off where it's a little bit more of a flourish at the beginning. Either way you want to do it, give it a shot. Well, I hope you enjoyed the rock and roll chip trick. It's not as easy as it looks because, like I said before, with only 2 chips, your other fingers aren't as stable when you're moving. And the difference is a lot of those effects, you end up in a position and you're done. This is a continuous motion type of effect, so there's a lot of room for chips to get kind of wobbly, but you'll get it down in no time. I do want to point out that if you go to my official store, theicebreaker.com/store, there are hundreds of downloadable chip tricks and card stunts there from my original chip and card handling DVD series, which I still have on my shelf here. These are all kinds of things that I've produced and that I'm in, and this is my original, very first product I ever produced, and these things are hot. There's over 170 different tricks on these things, and they're all available for $1.99 for somewhere up to 8 effects put together as a bundle. So go to theicebreaker.com/store, share this video with your friends, and good luck on the poker table. Cheers! Visit my official site at theicebreaker.com.